My name is Javad Anjum. I'm delighted to be here. Thank you for making this possible. Today I present to you three typical dishes that are representative of the Asian subcontinent, the Indian subcontinent, that includes the countries of Nepal, India, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. So, as you might know, Indian subcontinent has a very rich and ancient culinary history, full of spices and conquerors, and colonizers and native rulers, and also history of poverty. So all of those factors have influenced the way Indian cook food and they enjoy food. Food is an integral part of Indian culture, and families often gather around the food scenario and eat together. Today I have three different dishes. One is a gruel kind of lentil curry called dal. As you may know, legumes are a very good source of protein and good carbohydrates and dietary fibers. Just chickpeas supply around 18% of your daily requirement of proteins, and in a country that has huge wealth misappropriation, political turmoil, and also many people living below the poverty line, cheap sources of food that are also wholesome food is an important ingredient for nutrition. And both of these pulses, which are the seeds, and the chickpeas, which is a type of pulses from legumes. Legume is the plant, and pulses are the seeds, are used in various ways with the local and native herbs and spices to make dishes. And almost always across all of these countries, especially in the Indian subcontinent, there would be a carbohydrate to go with, a big source of carbohydrate. And here I have just presented a simple rice. They might have a different version of just this rice, or a lot of naan breads and rotis that are just wheat products. And out of these two dishes, they can be paired well with both rice as well as different types of whole wheat or regular wheat breads or naans and rotis. This is a chickpea curry. You might say it's called as chana masala, and it can go well with both bread and rice, but it also has plenty of spices, tomatoes and onions. All of these are available, and as Angela was pointing out, they are not always available for a cheaper price, and it's just a question of supply and demand. And plenty of things go in this lentil curry or this dal as well, including potatoes and tomatoes and basically all the vegetables. One remarkable thing about the Indian subcontinent is the trend of fast food hasn't caught up as well as the Western countries. People still rely on age-old methods of cooking, of procuring food, of feeding their families. So most of the people do not actually go to the fast food restaurants, and what they make is what is regionally available. And my decision to cook these foods was largely guided by the fact that these are available almost everywhere in the Indian subcontinent. And the unique thing is, both people who are really well off and have access to good food, as well as people who are poor and might have food insecurity, all of them eat this. Because for most of the people from the lower socioeconomic strata, they probably be working really hard, and meat, being always thought of as a rich man's food, might not be readily accessible to them, as well as given that Hinduism is the largest religion in Indian subcontinent, especially in India, and most of the Hindus are vegetarians. So a good source of protein for them would be chickpeas and lentils, and there isn't really much in it. It's just the locally available herbs and spices, and you cook along with them. And in this dal, they just put everything that's available in the market that day. We in the United States, I see that we often go grocery shopping once or twice a week. When I'm in India, my mother sends me 3 times a day. Go get a bunch of cilantro, go get 4 tomatoes. So the concept of refrigeration did not arrive very late, quite late in India. So people are always having access to fresh food, and it's also guided a lot culturally, wherein if you eat refrigerated food, you're probably not eating nutritious food. That's the concept. So people most of the times have access to fresh food.